Hello and welcome everyone to our new little series that we've got going on. I'm Lindy. This is my channel, and I'm very excited for our game of Dread. And it appears to be that the audio is working, but we'll know for sure once we start doing intros. So let's go around and let's say who we are and who we're going to be playing tonight. I'll start with myself. I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Lenore Thompson, a CrossFit enthusiast. That's just one fun fact. There's many more fun facts about her, but that's the only one I'm sharing for now, because you'll get to see the rest. Let's go on up above me to Deception Check. Ha! I know. You're welcome. Oh, I don't think they can hear you, so give me 1 second. Let me troubleshoot it. Say something now. Eh? Say something one more time. Okay, bless it. Yeah, I gotta figure out. Okay, let's try this one, because I forgot to set up audio beforehand. Say hello. Eh? Maybe? Oh my gosh. Is it because I'm using Bluetooth? Try one more time.
Hi.
Yes, this works.
Minor difficulties.
This works?
Yes, this is the game of Dread. Is my audio issues. This is my game of Dread for tonight.
The first thing to be deceased in this game is the audio. So wonderful.
Yes.
Recap what I said before. Surprised, I'm going first. It's a Monday. What was with the ASMR opening from Lindy? It was nice, quiet, and peaceful. Never happens that way to start the game. But hey, I'm Deception Check. I'm going to be playing Connor Carew III. He's a producer on a little-known but up-and-coming reality show called Ghost Finders, because why would you want to hunt ghosts when you know you're going to find them in the show? So, yes, it's going to be great. I can't wait to see how quickly I die in this game. Thanks.
Yeah, I have a calm about me because I'm dreading everything that's about to happen. Oh, let's scooch on over. We'll do our wonderful Game Master last to Shiny Pilot.
Oh, if I can unmute it. Hi, Shiny Pilot. I'm going to be playing Vladislav Ivanovich. He is Russian helicopter pilot sent out with crew for money to find suitable site. That's about it. You'll find out more as we play. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm cold.
Hi, Cold. I'm Lindy. Let's go down to someone else who we're going to meet. D20 Coup de Grace, how are you?
Yes, that's me. I am playing Major Gregory Watt, and let's see, he's a veteran that is just a little mad about being betrayed by the state he worked for.
Happens. Yeah. Well, I feel like betrayal is a good setup for Dread. Speaking of setup, let's go to our Game Master, Nuggetosaurus. It's been forever since you've GM'd for us. Last time was Snakes on a Train, and now we get Dread. So, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm a little bit nervous, but it's okay. It'll be fine. My name's Nuggetosaurus, and I am the Game Master. So tonight we're going to be playing a game called Dread. It's this fantastic book here. It's by The Impossible Dream. They're the ones who published it, I believe. And the tagline is a game of horror and hope. So let's see if we can
get some hope.
Bring that, get some hope and a whole lot of horror. We'll see. So, if you guys are ready, I'm ready. We all wanting to get going? Okay, so let me click some
Ready
buttons
as we
here.
can be. How about that?
All right, let's go back here. So, thunder rumbles overhead as dark, thick clouds choke out the early afternoon sun. Rain falls heavily, obscuring your vision as the boat bounces and dips in an attempt to cut through the roiling waves. In the distance, a dark shape begins to form, slowly becoming clearer as you draw closer. A shiver runs down your spine, the rain chilling you to the bone as you gaze upon Lemiota Island for the first time. For most of you, at least. A sheer cliff face looms above you, violent waves breaking against the base of the bluff. Through the heavy rain, you can just barely make out the outline of a large man-made structure at the top. As you squint in an attempt to see more, the boat suddenly veers sharply to the right, narrowly avoiding a rock formation jutting out of the water as a massive wave slams into the side of the boat, drenching everyone and everything in harsh salt water. The captain shouts something, but the words are lost in the howling wind and cracking thunder. He turns the boat further to the right, frantically searching for something along the shoreline. After nearly 30 minutes, he finally spots something that he's looking for. A lonely dock emerges through the downpour, and after another 10 tense minutes, you arrive alongside the beaten, wooden, decaying structure. The captain is very quick to secure the boat and begin unloading your gear. As you step off, you notice a dark forest stretching before you. A gravel path leading into the trees in the direction of the cliff. A withered wooden sign, overgrown with vines and weeds, reads Lamiota Bluff Sanitarium ahead. Suddenly, the captain grabs Connor's arm and pulls him close. He leans in and says over the storm, "All right, everything's unloaded. I'll see you here, 6 p.m. Sunday evening. Call if you need anything." He shoves a two-way radio into your hand, releases you, unties his boat, and hops off into the rain. You are now all alone on an island. You have a path before you, a raging sea behind you, and a harsh storm above you. Gregory. As you stare into the forest, an overwhelming sense of dread settles over you. And for some unknown reason, your left shoulder begins to ache. Something within you whispers that you shouldn't be here. Not again. This feels wrong. Please, go ahead and make our first roll of the evening. So you're just going to roll a d20? Oh, I probably should have explained the rules before we started. So...
We're just gung-ho. I was into it.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Okay, so... The Game of Dread, if you've never heard of it, you're supposed to play it with a Jenga tower, like the 3x3 blocks, and you pull one, and if you fall over, you lose. However, we're playing virtually, so we kind of can't do that. So every time I ask them to make a poll, they're going to roll a D100, and they have a target failure DC. If they hit that, something bad happens, and if they don't, it's fine. It'll be okay. Aside from that, we'll kind of do stuff as we go, and if you want to go ahead and roll that for me.
So D100?
Yes, a D100, please.
10.
10, okay.
Are we Call of Cthulhuing this? Is low good?
I was going to say...
I hope it was good.
Y'all find out, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. Great.
Okay.
Wait, the boat's leaving?
Yeah, the boat's leaving.
I'm
How do you feel about that, Gregory?
not happy about it. I thought the boat was going to be here.
Apparently, the boat is not staying. Gregory, as you're staring at this, and you look behind you and notice that the boat is leaving, panic starts to well up inside you a bit, but you take a few calming breaths. In and out, like the therapist once told you. In and out. And you find yourself settling. All right. What would y'all like to do?
Well...
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Well, Vladislav, he goes over towards the edge of the dock, leaning one hand against one of the wooden supports for it, and he's just retching over to the side of the dock. Just glad to be on land. So, go ahead. He's just vomiting.
Okay. Well, Lenore, in her athleisure wear, she's doing some stretching. Now that we're not on the boat, it's kind of cramped with all that film equipment. And, just other stuff. So she's just getting some stretching on. Maybe noticing that the dock isn't quite the most stable, so she'll go on to the shore. Just a few steps over.
Vladislav will finish puking by this point. He'll kind of stand and he's holding his stomach, not very happy with how that trip has been, especially with this weather. And he kind of spits a little bit to clear his mouth. And kind of looks around at what he can see. And you described a sheer cliff face and forest, and we're on a dock, correct?
Yeah, so the cliff face was about 40 minutes to the left of the dock, so
Okay.
you actually don't see that anymore. What's ahead of you now is just like a really rocky. There's no sand on this shoreline. It's all rocks and just like the kind of beach you don't want to go to. And you see a gravel path that starts at the end of the dock that's on land, and then a large forest ahead of you.
Okay. He'll kind of turn towards Connor. He'll be like, producer, director, film man. This beach is not ideal for landing location for helicopter. We probably have to proceed a little bit deeper inland. The dock, no good. I can fit helicopter, but it's very tiny, not safe. A lot of people fall off the back.
That's what I'm paying you for, all right? So I'm just look. I've got to get the idea. I got to get the shots in here, okay? Because I mean, this lead up. I mean, other than the rocking of the ship and everything, I mean that. Can you imagine a panning shot right into the island with this kind of weather? It'd be beautiful.
Sure, I'm not fly helicopter in film, so you do what you want. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I guess we could do a one of those little copter things. I've not really messed with those too
Drones.
much. Sure. I mean, if you don't want the money for it and everything,
He
it's all right. I mean,
spits inside and Russian curses a little bit.
how big of a space do you need for this sort of thing? I mean, what sort of helicopter are we talking about now?
100 by 100 feet is preferred for optimum safety. Can fit approximately 50 by 50. Preferably larger is better. It depends if you guys want to, sling in equipment, or if all just, passenger carry or small handheld items.
Yeah, he's got his phone out and he's like tapping some things down. He makes some notes. Yeah, all right, fine. I mean, if we have to, we can clear a space. I mean, you don't need it to be perfectly flat. Like you can have like shrubs.
I take notes. I take notes. We
All right,
find
but
possible
probably closer
spots.
to the building. Whatever. I mean, we're gonna be here for a while, so we got time. Whatever.
Connor, as you have your phone out, you're typing out your notes. And as you're looking at it, you notice you only have 2 bars of service right now. It's very weak at this point.
I should have switched providers. Damn it. All right. Lenore, what can you tell us about this location? All right, that's why we brought you along. I trust me. I need the CrossFit work, but
Yes, this is going to be a great CrossFit workout. I am so pumped. Look at all this terrain. We are going to get so fit this weekend. But also, yes, this is the island where Lamiota Bluff Sanatorium lays. It's over there. It's that building, you see? It's going to be, I think we should jog up to it. Well, it was established in 1872, but it's been closed since 1956. So there's probably going to be a lot of rotten stuff, which means it's good for us because anything that was locked up, that was wooden, it's probably not so locked up anymore. We should be able to explore the whole place.
all right. That's good news.
Quick question from back. How long has island been abandoned?
Since 1956.
56. Long time for overgrowth.
Now, it was purchased, I believe not too long ago by somebody. I haven't looked into the recent history so much as the old history of the island. The good stuff.
As you guys are talking about this and you're looking around, you guys actually can't see the sanatorium from here. The rain is very heavy. It's obscuring pretty much everything except for what's directly in front of you. And, you're not exactly sure. You see the sign ahead of you that says it's ahead. It doesn't say where, but
We saw it when we were out on the the ocean and it was rocking, but it seems the rain's picked up a bit since then. But I remember it's not on the shore, so we just head inland. I'm sure we'll find it.
Might I recommend we move off dock sooner than later? It's getting very wet.
What time of day is it supposed to be right now?
it's early afternoon, so I'd say about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Is it on Friday or Saturday? Are we spending 1 night or 2 nights here?
Friday.
It's Friday. Okay. Sunday at 6 is when we get picked up.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've got a lot of work to do. So maybe we should just find a camp right here, and then tomorrow morning, when the rain's probably stopped, we'll just head up. I mean, we can plan out our day, get it all scheduled. Organization is key.
You know what we can do? You can set up that camp here like you were talking about. It's still early in the day. It's only 2, 3 o'clock. I mean, look, we've got the whole... I mean, it's not going to be dark for hours still. I say we go out, we find out where the sanitarium is to save time tomorrow.
I like your spunk. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Let's set up.
This whole time, Watt's just staring at the boat disappearing into the rain. When it finally vanishes, he turns around and says, "Gather your gear. We have to find some shelter."
I like how old men thinks.
Who are you again? Why are you here? I don't remember hiring you for this particular expedition.
I wasn't hired here. I've lived on this island for a little while.
Oh,
Came back for something important. But I suggest you don't stay here for too long. The island will get you.
So you know where the sanatorium is?
I wouldn't go near there.
We gotta go near there. That's where we're gonna be doing the filming.
That's why we came here. I mean, we're ghost finders. We've got to film it. We got to find places to show. I mean, I've got a contract.
Oh, well, let's grab gear and go inland. Come on. And Vladislav will bend down and grab his backpack up from the side with his extra stuff, and he'll pull out his notepad, his waterproof one that he had, and a pencil, and just jot down quick information about the dock, the location, how the beach looks, its condition. He's being, professional.
Sure, absolutely. You get all that done relatively quickly.
I grab a lot of bags because
quickly.
we're not going to be crossfitting for a couple days. So this is basically my improv CrossFit workout, and I'll trudge along.
Okay,
If you start doing lunges, Vladislav, watch your butts as you walk away.
Yes, I'm definitely doing some lunges as we walk.
So are you guys following the path?
We're following Major Watt.
Major
Uh,
Watt,
He seems to
following
know
the
where the
path?
shelter is, so...
So, Major Watt, go ahead and make me another roll to see if you can remember where you stayed last time you were
All right.
here.
All right.
Vladislav is already convinced that
Okay,
he is the
33.
film's expert that they hired to bring to the island.
Nice, I like
That's who
it.
he is.
So, it's been a while since you've been here, about a month or two. You're thinking, and you don't really remember why you left. Like, something really freaked you out. You don't remember what it was. You don't remember where it happened.
Block that shit out.
Yeah, absolutely. You remember that you really didn't like the sanatorium. Like you said, you should avoid it at all costs. But you do
Alright.
recall there was a shallow cave that you stayed in. It wasn't on the path though.
Okay. Well, I want to start down the path, but then skew away from the sanatorium.
Okay.
If I know I don't want to go near there, the cave's probably not near there. So
Nope,
go
the
somewhere
cave is
else.
not. Good. Okay, sure.
We'll follow
So
him.
you guys head off into the path, into the forest, down the path, and you start to hear the usual sounds of the forest. You guys are relatively used to nature. If you're not out in it, you know the sounds.
Love
Nothing
hiking.
sounds out of place. Yeah. And you follow the path for a while. It's not a straight path. It curves to the left for a while. It curves to the right for a while. It goes off straight again. At one point, though, about an hour into your walk, you realize that the rain has let up. It's not as bad. It's a soft drizzle now. However, a thick, heavy mist has settled, and it's really hard to see. At this point, Major Wyatt veers off the path. Or Watt, excuse me, not Wyatt. Do the rest of you follow?
Well, I assumed he was the survival expert that Connor hired because we are roughing it for the weekend. So yeah, I'll follow him.
Same assumption, follow.
Okay.
Vladislav, though, however, he'd like to note down on his notepad because he's thinking how far inland things are going. the times of about how long to start walking. Like, when you hike somewhere, you'll have a distance and you'll have a time. You'll have to check your watch and say, okay, I've been walking this direction for 30 minutes. He kind of notes down how far they've been going, and he'll note in his pad, okay, took side split off main trail. Like, he's just keeping track of where they're going.
Yeah,
Ooh,
absolutely.
I checked my Fitbit. How many steps have I gotten in today?
Quite a bit. You
Yes.
passed your goal.
Wonderful.
Is that how you Russians keep track of where you're going?
But, pardon? Sorry, it's noting down time.
Watt just stabs a knife into a tree, pulls it out, and just continues walking.
Wait, Vlad's a Russian? I mean, oh, all right, sorry.
He's Russian?
He looks at you deadpan, just like,
I just thought you were from the valley or something. I'm sorry. Whatever.
I thought he was Serbian.
Val?
I can't keep
You know,
up
like
with
Nikola Tesla. He's Serbian.
I know that name.
Yeah.
So Connor is actually like stopping every so often and falling behind because he's taking pictures of anything he thinks is interesting for a shot. Like he wants to get a storyboard going. So like everybody walking, and he'll stop and take a couple pictures. Then he'll have to like jog up real quick and catch up. So when it starts getting foggy,
Keep that
he
heart
might
rate
have a hard
elevated.
time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you're taking pictures, go ahead and make me a roll, please.
Oh, fun.
And while he's rolling, Vladislav would call out to Major Watt.
16.
I don't know if he got his name, but he would basically call out to the Major and say, "Oh, that old expert tracker man, what is name?"
Major Gregory Watt.
"Oh, Major, what, you with military of U.S.? British?"
Yes. U.S. Army.
U.S. Army. About, what time did you serve?
Shit. I figured this out. It was,
Don't worry, it's just
mentioned-
Russians and Americans.
I should probably mention
The
the year's
80s.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're not to the horror that's 2020 yet.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fall
Too much for this
2019, so
So you
It's the
Whatever.
happy period
Yeah.
Yeah.
for 2020.
so do you just say the 80s?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay.
Cold War. That's fine.
Look, I start service at the boot camp back in '85. Missed most action of what you call Cold War. Good to see another veteran on the expedition.
Yes. Nice to see you also. I hope you survive this island.
It-
You should watch your back.
I lean over to Connor. I'm like,
Is
Is
that
that
a threat? Yeah. Yeah.
We're not doing action movies. I don't think it was a threat.
oh, okay.
Is that threat, Major?
No, it is not.
Oh.
You won't get any threat from me. The threats come out there.
He starts nodding like, okay, sure. Unconvinced.
So Connor,
Yes,
you're taking pictures with your camera.
I am.
Please describe to us what kind of camera you have.
It's a personal camera. It's like it's a DSLR, like a Canon EOS type. He's got several lenses that go along with it. Uses SD cards and whatnot to store things on, and he's just taking pictures, trying to get a feel for the area so we can storyboard the story, the lead up, intros. Some of these images might be great if they're manipulated right. They can do different promotional materials with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really nice camera. It's, fully digital.
Mhm.
Like you said, film on memory cards and SD cards and stuff. It's got a really nice display screen as well. And you kind of pause while you're taking these pictures and you start scrolling through some of them. And even before the fog set in, there's like this weird film over the pictures. Not all of them, but some of them have just this strange, distorted. It's almost like a filter, but you don't have a filter on this camera. It's not a Snapchat. It's weird.
Oh crap! I must have got rain in one of the. I had to change my lenses out later. Sorry guys, I'll catch up. I'm coming.
Keep your knees moving.
Uh,
Keep your heart rate elevated.
Is if I may, as wise, probably not to separate.
It's just an island. I mean, it's like, yeah, you guys aren't hard to find. I mean, come on, I'm a hiking professional. I
It's
do
true.
this all the
We
time
go
in
every
my
Sunday
free time.
after brunch.
You could get lost for days on this island.
Do like
It's
the
a
crazy
very
eyes.
large island.
Just head towards the water. You'll find the path. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Let's go. Lead on, Major.
It's not as easy as you think.
Right. I don't want to diminish your skills and abilities as a non-paid, professional person here on the team. So, thank you for your service and for your time.
He just shakes his head and walks off.
You guys continue off the path for a while. It's about 30 minutes before you guys notice that the ground starts to. There's a bit of an incline at this point.
Oh, perfect.
Um,
It's about the right time. I
Do
tap
I
my Fitbit
remember
again.
anything?
No, nothing comes to mind. You do remember you had to climb a little bit to get to the cave, but this particular area, especially with all the mist, just doesn't look very familiar. You guys continue walking and
We're going the right way.
I adjust my ankle weights.
something feels strange. There's a creeping sensation on the back of your neck. The hairs are starting to rise, and
For all of us?
everyone, you almost feel like you're being watched. But you glance around and
I assume it's just that Russian. Noticed him watching me earlier.
there's nothing here. Like even the animals have gone quiet. It's all stopped. The rain's gone.
Let's pick up the pace, people.
With you, let's go. Let's tackle this incline. It's gonna be great.
I need time to take pictures as we move. We need to document this stuff.
We're also just setting up camp, right? And then we're gonna go out and we're gonna explore.
All right. I just kind of like to have the flow from where I am to where I'm going, that kind of thing. But it's okay. Just if you think we need to move, we'll move.
We need a
It'd probably be
picture
good to
of
get the equipment out of the rain.
tree in the woods.
If I need to, sure. Proper
That's it.
collage, good formatting. It's great. Everything's useful.
Speaking
Takes
of
a couple pictures
terrain,
of Major Watt now.
speaking terrain, Mr. Survival Expert, is open field up ahead nearby, or maybe on way up to sanatorium?
Not that I remember. So this island is covered in forests. We might
As
get
you
lucky and
say
find a
that-
cove somewhere.
Suddenly, you guys start to hear a rustling in the leaves and trees, and
Does it sound like a breeze, like wind? Just like you hear everything kind of swaying and moving.
go ahead and make me a roll, Vladislav, to see if you can identify this noise.
I do. And this is how he gets eaten by a wild rabbit badger. 92.
92.
We
Okay,
might find
not
out
bad.
if high or low is good now.
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah, I
yet.
don't know what to do. I'm like,
Gay? No.
We like to know what we're aiming for. We have no idea. It's like
Yeah,
it's
it's kinda-
from 34 to like 47. That's the bad range.
It's right in the middle. No. So you all kind of pause as you start to hear this, and Vladislav, you're listening real close, and it doesn't really sound. It's too irregular to be wind. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, this massive deer leaps over a bush, nearly taking you out, Vladislav, right next to you, and bolts out of your sight.
Vladislav fell back and he's laying on the dirt, like with his, his rear planted in the leaves and his hands behind him. He's like, "Oh, what is it? Oh, it's just,
Seems like
he's
you
deer."
just nearly got
Oh dear.
taken out by a deer.
go.
You should really center your center mass of gravity. It's a lot harder to push you over than I know because I do jujitsu every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
You very fit lady is impressive as he stands back up. Hard to tell with raincoat on both, but I can see now your body very tight and athletic.
I do own my own CrossFit gym, so.
Connor walks over and like, hey, look, I got a good picture of you falling in your ass with the deer going over you. It looks great.
Oh,
Mind if I use this? This is like
Excellent picture.
This is good. This is good action photo here.
oh, guys, it's good picture. Shows off my backside.
You realize you almost got killed by a deer, and there are way worse things on this island than deer.
Oh, nonsense. The
Oh,
deer didn't kill
Like
me.
what?
Deer is just frightened by us walking in forest. Deer get scared all the time. I have personally seen deer go running in the woods when Apple dropped by helicopter over top and it took off running.
That had nothing to do with me dropping an apple out of a helicopter that may or may not have hit a deer.
So, Vladislav, you pick yourself up, as you're brushing yourself off, you notice that you're pretty muddy. It's been raining pretty heavily. Then you guys continue on. The noises come back, and as you're thinking about it, you don't feel like you're being watched anymore. It's strange, almost like maybe it was the deer. You don't know. You continue on. Major Watt is leading the way, and after maybe another 15-20 minutes, you notice that the trees start to thin out. And you step out into a very narrow clearing, and directly above you is the sheer cliff face. It seems like you have reached where the caves could possibly be. Do you go left? Do you go right?
Mr. Survival Expert Guide, is this destination?
Yes, just a moment. I'm orienting myself.
So if we clear some of these trees out, I mean, they're smaller, with a chainsaw or something, we'd be able to, I mean, you're okay with being close to a sheer cliff face, right?
For helicopter landing, Mr.
Yeah.
Director? As long as appropriate wind direction is not, barreling over top of steep cliff and straight down, as long as it's more sideways or maybe head-on with approach path, totally fine.
Okay, that gives us an option. You're noting this location down, right?
Note it down. I wish I had more GPS coordinates, but I'm marking time and
No, hold on.
formation.
Pulls out his phone. He's like, does his GPS work?
I don't have any service here.
Oh, I lost the satellite.
Oh,
All right, yeah, I guess we'll just
I
have
can
to
tell
play
you how
it by
many
ear.
steps it took to get here.
If you could, I take step and time notation, help find spot easier.
Yeah.
Plus, base a cliff, easy to see from air.
Just look at my
We chop
Fitbit.
down some trees.
Okay.
Took us just over 800 steps to get here.
Mr. Director, we plan on second expedition or we clearing?
Producer.
Oh, producer.
I don't do. I'm a producer. I don't get into that type of work. There's a whole guild for that sort of thing, and I don't have the time or the patience. So.
Okay, producer. We planning second expedition, correct?
Oh, no, this is the scouting. Like next time we come here, we're going to be filming. Entire crew, camera teams, talent.
We probably bring helicopter in late, and I don't know if all 4 of us here can clear suitable helipad. We try, but it'd be a lot of work. Maybe we know a spot. We mark trees. We come and cut later.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Look,
And I want to look at the trees because I noticed Major Gregory stabbed his tree into a knife to mark it earlier. I want to see if there's any other knife stabs in the trees to indicate which way that the cave may be.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a roll, please.
Wonderful. 3.
is it good? Is it bad? We don't know.
I know Vladislav almost got killed by a deer in a 92, so I don't know.
This
And-
could
and
go
I
either
saw- I
way.
saw-
maybe it's
spooky
the
mists.
extremes. Maybe it's not like the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Maybe it's like the under 10 and the above 90.
It could be.
As I remember, it gets harder
As we go, yeah.
as we go.
And we're almost halfway through the first episode.
So, Lenore,
Yes.
it's not a steep incline, but it's a bit of an incline
Wonderful.
where this is. You step away from
Love
the
some
cliff
elevation.
face, and you're looking at these trees, and
Do some squats.
you don't notice anything in them, but you start walking like a little bit further in just to see if you can, see if maybe there's something not directly on the tree line, but maybe it back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're staring at a tree, and you walk forward, and your foot catches, and you trip and you fall, and you feel this sharp, like cracking
no.
pain up your ankle.
Oh no, not my bad ankle.
And it's
I found
either
a cat though.
yeah, you did you found a cat, and you can't walk on it. You can't put any pressure on it as you start to step up, and you might need some help.
You just hear shit.
What
Hey,
is
guys.
wrong?
Are you okay?
I twisted my ankle. There's a tree root here, and I didn't see it somehow. I don't know, maybe it's all this mist, but I think I might need some ice. We didn't bring ice, did we? I'm gonna need like an ace bandage.
I got you covered. I have wrapping medical kit, and Vlad will indicate the log for her to sit on, and he'll sit down next to her and pull out of his
This was
cargo
cardio
pants
weekend,
his
too.
little travel kit that's got a gauze ace wrap bandage in it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's
Connor
gonna
was sister over there.
That was appropriate footwear.
I'm wearing sneakers.
You really should
she's
be.
wearing like CrossFit. Here, she's got the sneakers, she got the yoga pants, she's got the tank top, she's got like and it's all like coordinated and stuff. It's all designer.
But Vladislav wraps your ankle nice and tight with wrap bandages and gives you some pain pills to swallow while he
Are
does
these
that.
Russian? They're not fair trade, are they? They're organic.
What is fair trade?
Oh,
Is
no.
Russian.
Oh,
It's got like Russian script on it.
Oh, I don't know if I should take this.
Oh, don't worry, it's Tylenol.
So Vladislav, go ahead and make me a roll as
Oh,
you attempt
no.
to wrap Lenore's ankle in a way that will be helpful and not detrimental.
83.
83. Okay.
Might
You
have
seem to
set
get
up something else.
You know what you're doing. You've treated injuries before, minor ones.
My other ones.
Yeah, minor ones. You wrap it really well. Lenore, it still hurts.
Yeah.
And you're just
I'll
waiting
take-
for those pain
He
meds to
gives
kick
me
in.
2 Russian Tylenol. I'll take 1 for now, and if I don't experience anything bad in the next 30 minutes to an hour, then I'll take the other one.
Okay, all right, makes sense. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And your ankle is wrapped. Crisis maybe averted.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be
Maybe.
able to do any
Really?
jogging on this. Oh, man.
You really should be more careful.
Well,
Just
I
didn't
hope you
expect
can
so
do-
many gnarly tree roots out here. I mean, I go hiking, but... Whatever, it's fine.
I hope you're okay with a little climbing.
Oh! Like, rock and mountain climbing is one of my favorite things to do.
Shouldn't be too difficult. I think it's around this way.
It's all in the grip strength.
Just take easy on leg. Maybe you get walking stick.
Yeah, I saw some, like, sticks down there and stuff. Be fine. Be fine.
All right, so
I
Major
guess-
Wyatt.
yeah,
Watt.
good.
Excuse me. I keep wanting to call you Major Wyatt. I don't know. I'm sorry. Major Watt. Which direction are you leading this group of people?
I'm gonna try leading him to the right.
To the right. Okay. So you start to follow along the cliff face. And as you're walking, the incline gets sharper and sharper as you're going. But eventually, after about 20 minutes, you do find that there is a large dip in the side of the cliff. And it looks like maybe someone had camped here before. There's like remains of a fire and
Oh, hey, look, the campsite!
clothing scraps and stuff like that, but
Yes, should be safe here. We're covered most ways, and it's a
Goes
climb
back
to get up
about
here.
20 feet.
Cool.
As long
Let's
as
set
there
the
isn't
equipment down here, and then we can walk towards the sanatorium.
Don't you need a little time off your foot there? I mean,
Okay, well, maybe we'll take a break while we unpack things, just like unpack.
okay, let's just use this as a planning session while you rest and Major Watt does whatever it is that he does.
Okay, I'm gonna elevate it. Just gonna put this up here.
You take both Tylenol yet?
Yes.
You haven't noticed any negative side effects
When
of
he's
the
not
one that
looking,
you
I've topped
took.
the second one.
Don't worry, it's vodka flavored. It's fine.
I want to go
Russia
with...
vodka caplets is Tylenol.
Yep.
Makes sense.
So it's liquid gels.
Oh no!
Kind of takes out his folding director's chair that says, producer on the back of it, folds it out. Like, Lenore, just sit in this. Put your foot up on a box or something, one of the packs, and
Okay.
I can work on the ground. And
Are
so
you
he
sure?
takes out his laptop and starts like putting his camera, connects his camera to it, and starts working on the film, working on the camera images.
I'll elevate my ankle and write down my Fitbit info in my fitness journal.
While they
Sure.
do that, Vladislav will slide over towards the major and start talking with him. If you want us to talk about it, but
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he'll talk, but right now he is searching through the campsite, like even through the fire and stuff, looking for something.
the major, what are you looking for?
Something I left here when I was last here. An
Oh,
honor given
this-
to me.
this was your camp?
Yes, I camped here once.
How long ago were you on island? You say
About a month.
About a month.
about a month. You professional, like, survivor man show person? Why you on island?
I thought it a place I could get some privacy, but it was not a pleasant place.
Say, do they pay good for survivor man show characters? Need extra qualification?
I don't believe am I getting paid?
No,
you
you're
hired-
you're not being paid at all. I am not paying you for any of this. You're just here. So I mean,
Oh,
Free
my
survival
apologies. I know tried to bring
I've
in.
signed no
pay.
contracts. I'm under no obligation whatsoever for payment. This is unpaid skilled labor here. So let's not make promises that we can't keep as a contract employee, Mr. Russian Vladova. Would yes.
Vladislav.
Yes, that. But to answer your question, if you have a name, if you've made a name for yourself, I mean, there's a small niche market for survivor-ish shows. It's kind of faltered a bit. There are not too many around anymore. I mean, there are ensemble shows, but the solos, like the guy that would just go out and live for a month in nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, and try and escape or something. Bear Grylls
his
is
favorite show where people are what you call afraid and sometimes naked.
Oh God,
it's
that's
pretty
such a
good.
stupid show. I mean, really, the first thing you do when you're out in the woods is you get covering on you, or you're going to like die from exposure. And they put
but
people out there.
You get to see curves of women. It's great show.
Wow, you okay? You are really not a very advanced human, are you? We're gonna have a problem with HR if you stay on our production. Okay, so we're gonna have to have some.
What is HR?
A couple seminars, you'll be fine. Don't worry. We just don't say so much of that in public. I mean, Lenora, is he
You've
bothering you,
noticed
Lenora?
the chair has scooted over a couple feet while her leg is still elevated on like the box.
I mean, he's not bothering you. If he's bothering you, I'll have to have him on the other side of the cave.
He's not bothering me. And Vladislav would notice it's scooted to be at a better angle, but for everyone else noticing, it would just appear she's scooted a bit.
The thought bubble goes in Vladislav's head of looking at Lenore. He's like, she's into me.
Yeah, she may have the weakness of bad taste in men. I don't know.
Oh no! Oh no! I didn't know that. Oh no!
So as you were all... Sorry?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. So as you were all setting up camp and Lenore, you're resting your ankle,
Yep.
we're going to take a quick minute to describe what your characters look like, starting with you, Lenore.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, so Lenore, she has kind of frizzy blonde hair pulled up into a ponytail. It's not very long, so it's more of kind of like a poof ponytail. She's with like a designer scrunchie. She wears athleisure wear. All designer, like independent brands though, because you gotta support the indie businesses. Because she is a bit small business owner, she understands how it is. She's about average height. She's very fit and has an athletic build.
Okay.
And she looks fairly young, maybe like late 20s, early 30s.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Vladislav, please
Okay.
describe yourself.
For Vladislav, he is a trim but fit, early 40s, product of ex-Russian military. He still keeps his hair cut really short, almost buzzed, but extremely short cut, very harsh angular features. And he has a very unique, very prominent, kind of whited out, jagged scar running from his brow down his eye, down to his jawline, like nice and fat and jagged, like he just got really messed up by something in that. Other than that, he's kind of your stereotypical Russian-looking guy. So,
Okay.
outfit, he's cargo pants, boots, basic shirt, I guess you could say, tucked in with a belt on, and a light aviator's jacket.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much. Connor.
I was muted. Sorry about that. Yeah, Connor is he's like 5'9" and thin. Kind of looks like he might be fit, but it's kind of hard to tell. He's got tanning booth tan, shaggy brown hair, brown eyes. He's got big designer like glasses that he has to use to see. They aren't sunglasses. And for his outfit is what looks to be, at least before the rain and the mud and everything, was a brand new off the rack, bright colored like North Face hiking gear set, completely matching. Doesn't look like it would ever used before. And yeah, with the matching backpack as well.
Of course. Thank you very much. Major Watt, please describe yourself for us.
Major Watt is he's got like dad bod going, long gray beard. He's and mismatched, torn but repaired faded fatigues. And then he has a hiking backpack, which has several trash items kind of poking out of it.
Okay, thank you very much. So as you guys are setting up your camp, and Lenore, you're resting your ankle, and it feels a little better, but anytime you try to like set it on the ground, it still tweaks a little bit. You don't think you're going to be at your full speed.
Yeah, no jogging, just light exercises, maybe more
Yeah,
push-ups,
yeah.
like knee push-ups than anything.
Yeah, keeping the weight off that ankle.
Mm-hmm.
You get that feeling again.
I assume it's Vladislav, so I don't look towards him again, because I don't want him to catch me looking.
Who knows? You guys haven't really... You guys have been on this island for about, at this point, after walking an hour on the trail, walking about 40 minutes off the trail, and now setting up camp. You guys have been here for about 2.5, 3 hours, and that sinking, strange feeling comes back that there's something watching you.
Oh, I look for murder deer in the woods.
So does Vladislav.
You don't see anything. You notice that the mist has kind of burned off a little bit. It's not as foggy. You can see a little bit further, which is nice because
Can we see the sanatorium?
Still don't see it.
We have some elevation, so I was hoping.
directly in front of you, there's a sheer cliff face above you. You guys are in it's about 10 feet high, 20 feet back, little shallow cave. And then before you, there's a relatively steep at this point, like hill. And then there's just forest stretched out for pretty much as far as you can see. And Connor, you're not a patient man. It's been a while since you guys set up camp. It looks like everything's set. You guys got all your gear set out. You've got your a couple sleeping bags are set up, and it's time to go. We need to get moving.
All right. Okay. Your ankle's better now, right?
If I could just get a walking stick, I think I'll be fine. It tweaks a bit, but I just won't be full speed.
Not in the budget, really, for that sort of thing. You can use a stick, right?
Yeah, no, that's what a walking stick is. It's right, like I see one.
Oh, I thought you meant like one of those metal ones that,
No, not just a regular stick will be fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you gotta specify these things, all right? I mean, we're on a schedule for the most part.
I'm trying to keep under your budget.
All right. Yeah. I have this all planned out. Okay. We've had our camp setup time, and we're like 5 minutes past that allotted assignment. So now we need to start finding this LZ. LZ, right? That's what you Vlad Russian. We're calling it LZ, right?
The landing zone is LZ.
I mean, that's what they say in shows. Never mind. Okay.
It's Russian
all right.
For LZ.
Watt goes up to Thompson and says, "Here," and hands her a spear that a stick that he's sharpened into a spear.
Oh. Looks like I'll keep my eye away from the top. Thank you. I'll try not to trip with it.
We're back on schedule now. Okay, so we need to find an LZ, and we need to find a path to the place. I need some pictures. I need to know what's going on. All right, cool. Let's go.
And to answer question as walking away, if I can say this, is Zona Posadki.
That's all right. Learn some Russian.
Probably horribly butchered that. I'm sorry.
Let's move on.
If anybody knows Russian who's watching, I'm so sorry.
Google Translate for the win.
For the win. All right. So you guys start to head out. Who's leading? And where are you going?
Not me, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would be.
Major
Unpaid
Watt again?
professional employee. Let's go.
Okay.
He's expert.
Like how we've automatically promoted him to survival expert.
So, he's wanting to go towards the terror building.
Do you lead them towards it?
I need to go there too for a quick peek.
Mm-hmm.
Quick look-see.
Just a quick look. So I think I will lead us in that direction.
I mean, Major, you've got a map, right?
Lacey, stop it.
It's all up here.
Oh, okay. I've got an old handwritten map from like 40s.
Can I see that? Can I see that? Can I see your map? Your old map?
Oh, I thought you. Where did I get this? You didn't give it to me, huh? I was in my production file. So here.
Yeah.
It's out of date. I'm sure it has nothing to do with this. I mean, it's been. I mean, that's.
Is there a map of the sanatorium on there?
No, it's just like it's small indications of where things are on the island, but you can't tell which way. It doesn't say north or south or anything. It's just an island with things on it, and you're not really sure the orientation.
Okay.
So Lenore, you're looking at this map.
I am.
You see off to the side, as you're looking at it on the right side, there's a little scribble that says dock. So you're assuming that's where you came in, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, probably.
From there, it looks like if you go down and around and up a little bit, you can get to the sanatorium almost on the other side of the island. Almost.
Okay.
It's not quite completely the other side. Some other scribbles that you see on this, you see village ? You see, and that seems to be from the dock to the north, about halfway to the island.
Okay.
And then you see, this is not a typical map. From the sanatorium up to the left in the kind of the leftern corner of the island, there's just this big red X.
That's interesting. Seen a map of the sanatorium like this, or the island rather.
There are no distances, there's no markings of any trails. It's just, it looks to be a hand-drawn, very crude, possibly unreliable, you don't know, map.
Do you know where you got this map from?
I mean, do they have stores for that sort of thing, like the map store? Is that
No,
right?
well,
I mean,
so
I have assistants
I'm
for this
mostly
sort of thing. I
interested
just
in
say I
the
want something
sanatorium,
and they
'cause, you
give
know,
it to me.
my grandmother was admitted here a very long time ago. But
Oh,
doing
that's
research,
right.
yeah, that's why you brought me along, because I'm, you know, the family member, descendant, and I told you about the fire that happened at the sanatorium. But there was in the 50s, maybe the 40s or 50s, there was rumors of like some devil worship cult, human sacrifice.
That's awesome. Do you know how good of a, I mean, that is like backstory perfect. I mean, we could do an entire 5-minute piece in the lead up to that over Satanism and all this.
Yeah, but there was
like,
a,
I mean, we could find a devil here on the island. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I see. The thing is that there was like an investigation that was done. I mean, the patients at that time were being kept in horrible condition. They shut the whole place down. But the owner of the company, who owned it at the time, Victor Hassenberg, company was Parasol Inc. Yeah, Parasol Inc. They just shut down. Like, it's almost like the company
Those are like
vanished.
umbrellas, right?
Yeah, like
Parasol-
umbrellas, parasols, like the
like
fancy,
a French umbrella.
like the lace old timey umbrellas. You know, the ones that keep the sun
okay.
off you.
I thought it was like
Not the rain
parasol
umbrellas
or something.
Yeah, no,
like,
not the
okay,
rain
whatever.
umbrellas. The
That
sun
works.
umbrellas. That's a parasol.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So it's like an umbrella company.
yeah, like an umbrella company.
They branch out. Okay.
Yeah, like, it was Parasol Inc.
All right.
But yeah,
Great.
there was rumors about stuff, but nothing was ever proven or found. But this could be a map from, if it said it was from the 40s, that could be a map from that time.
Hey, you've written all this stuff down, right? I mean, because like this is like
Yeah, I keep it in my
half
journal.
my script
Half
is done.
The front half, and it's like one of those like like little organizer things, and like it's like got the interchangeable little like 2-part journals. The back is my personal journal where I have all this stuff written, and the front's my fitness log.
Okay, we don't need that part, but that journal is good. I mean, keep that safe because that's gonna help. That's
Yeah.
the show's writing itself. I mean, devil worship. That's great.
Potentially,
I mean, come on.
human sacrifice, all sorts of crazy rumors. I mean,
I
don't know if they're
couldn't-
anything more than rumors, but
We're definitely getting picked up by Discovery now.
As you guys are walking and discussing this map, you notice that the rain starts to pick up again. It doesn't seem to be as violent before. There's no thunder, there's no lightning. It's just heavy rain. Major Watt, they're talking about all this stuff, and that feeling of dread settles over you again, and your shoulder starts to ache, and oh, there's something on the tip of your tongue that you just can't remember. You shake it off and you keep walking, and eventually you guys reach the path again.
yes. I really hope this is straight to the sanatorium. My grandmother, she said she left something in there, and I really hope we can find it.
Grandmother was at sanatorium.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a patient here. She escaped. Well, it's conflicting reports to whether she was released or she escaped. She always claimed it was escaped, but the paperwork says otherwise.
Interesting family.
Well, you know, 30s were crazy.
Good time, so I've heard. For some.
You Hollywood folk, stop attracting attention. We're gonna be getting closer.
Oh no, I'm not Hollywood. My CrossFit gym's in LA.
I mean, are the deaf deer going to come after us if we keep talking? I mean, is that a problem or?
They did
I
almost
mean,
take
because
out
I need to
Vladislav.
communicate, and I do my best. I mean, I'm persuasive. I do my best work talking, and if I can't talk, then I mean,
I can't tell you what's going to come out of those woods.
Man, well, whatever came out last time seemed real interested in Vlad. Can I call you Vlad?
Sure, blood is good. Major, what other creatures on island in your time here?
I've encountered things I don't even want to remember.
But any endangered species we should worry about, because boss will have my ass if I cut down wrong tree that house, spotted owl or something like that.
You think I took a survey while I was here?
Didn't think survey, but I figure you make note of creatures and whatnot, says you survival expert for film crew. My mistake.
Anything I ran into, I ate.
Oh, okay. So nothing endangered.
Oh, you are so not
hopefully
vegan.
not.
Connor leans over to Lenore. I'm really glad we didn't pay this guy.
I am
Doesn't seem like
too.
he's really that good at what he does.
I'm also really glad we brought rations because I'm vegan. I can't bear the thought of eating an animal.
So, you all continue to follow the trail. You're assuming in the direction of the sanatorium.
Mm-hmm.
And you're walking, and it's been a while. About 2 hours at this point.
I've taken off the ankle weights as well since I've sprained my ankles.
Makes
They're now
sense.
wrist weights.
Makes sense. Connor, please make me a roll.
Me?
Connor,
Oh, Connor.
not Lenore. Not yet.
Oh, me again.
Yes,
I thought
please.
you said Lenore.
No,
I thought so
Connor.
too. That's
Sorry,
My
Connor.
macro for this says don't die, so I'm hoping it works for me. 49, nice and average.
made a face. Why is she making a face every time we
I know.
roll?
I know. It scares me.
This is so interesting. So you're walking along and you've got your camel with you, and thankfully you remembered to change the lens before you left.
Yeah.
You're taking a couple pictures and, scrolling through as you go, and that film, it's not there anymore. These new ones, it seems to have fixed the problem, changing the lens.
That was a good lens, too.
Yeah. Disappointing. You might have to get it fixed when you head back to LA. And then suddenly you stop. You're looking at a picture and it's of the trees to the left of the trail. The mist is still there, but since it started raining, it's lifted some. And you can see peeking out from one of the trees is this dark shape, vaguely humanoid. Don't quite know what to make of it.
Like it's just like a shadow behind a tree kind of thing.
Kind of, but it's
Or peeking out.
tall. Yeah, it's kind of. So I'm the tree. It's kind of like here, but it's
Okay.
tall.
Huh.
Could be another tree. You never know.
Yeah, lighting's weird. This rain and this mist.
Well, this is the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Hey, Vlad, take a look at this. What do you see when you look at this?
Off the coast of Washington State.
Vlad will come over, and is he looking at your map, I take it?
No. He's showing you the camera that has
Oh,
the
the camera.
weird anomaly on it. I mean, is that like just a weird light or something? I mean,
Where do you take pictures? He kind of looks at the trees.
I
he's
see
trying to-
trees back there. I mean,
Oh, back behind us.
it was the one with a really neat knot
Like-
formation. It had that big, it
Hey,
just
You
looked
took
cool.
it like 10 feet ago was when you took the picture.
Is-
It's real
Oh wait,
close.
no, that was the one right there.
He looks towards the trees. Does he see anything?
Not really. I mean, it's just
Okay.
trees.
He kind of looks back at the camera, holding onto it, kind of twisting a little bit, and he's like, looks like optical illusion, play of light and shadows. They warn us about that in flight school. It causes you to crash into things if improper technique not used to counteract.
That's why I wanted to ask you. I mean, I figured you'd have some idea. I wouldn't ask. Kind of points over at Major.
They hide in the shadows.
I mean, have you seen this? I mean, is this what you're talking about? This tall shadow thing that's probably just an optical illusion?
Oh, that's nothing.
That's what I said.
See?
It's
It's
nothing. It's an
nothing.
optical illusion. See?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm glad we all agree.
I'm just keeping on because I'm a little slower, and if I get ahead, and they can catch up.
Oh, hey, Lenore, I remembered to bring my resistance bands. So
Oh,
yeah, I've got you
sweet.
covered for your exercise when you get back.
You're the best, man.
Yeah, they're lightweight, easy to pack, so don't worry.
As you guys are talking, suddenly there's a loud screeching noise that echoes through the forest.
Are there screech owls in the north? In the
It
Pacific?
almost, yeah, it almost sounds like an owl, but it's distorted and sounds like something is in agony.
He's gonna-
Ugh.
Do deer eat owls?
I mean,
It's-
I would imagine death deer do. I mean, what
Yeah.
else would they eat?
I mean, that deer did seem pretty violent when it came at Vlad.
have you seen the racks on those things?
Yeah.
I mean, they get sharp. I
Well,
mean,
Mel-
Maybe a deer impaled that poor owl.
I don't think it's deer impaling owl. It's probably just like, rabbit or something getting eaten by predator on an island like hawk or something.
Rabbits
Maybe there's
scream?
like wolves or something that live here. Yeah, sometimes they do.
Oh,
It sounded almost human. It could be someone that needs help.
we're the only people
ones
on
here.
this island.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely. I mean, I checked all the permits. No one's been here for a while. That's why it's such a great spot.
I mean,
for
if
the
you
mo-
Google
for-
it,
for
it says
the
population
show.
0 since 1956. So
Apparently Google is wrong. You didn't account for a major here, huh?
well, not they don't update the satellite imagery every month. So
I heard
Yeah.
things in the forest when I was here.
like death deer and
Listen.
owls.
You survived and came back. I think you're blowing this out of proportion, all right? I mean, I know you're trying to make sure that we find you useful in your job, but you don't have to scare us every 5 seconds, okay? Look, we're professionals. We know what we're
Oh.
doing.
But
Do you
there's
think I'm
some,
creating screams in the forest?
probably
No,
just
I
an
think
animal.
you're blowing things out of proportion. Let's pull it back. Your blood pressure's going to get a little high, man.
Major
Take a
Watt,
deep breath.
go ahead and make me a roll, please, to see if you can keep your cool, as they're clearly not taking you seriously.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Or good.
Did you expect anything else from us?
No.
That's what my question is.
It's honestly going as I expected, so it's fine. Major Watt, they are not taking you seriously. They don't seem to understand the danger they are in here. You cannot remember what has you so terrified, but by God, it scares you. You have a knife in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
No.
What do you do with it?
Would stab a shadow.
You stab a shadow? All right, so you guys watch as Major Watt is just building up this anger, and his knuckles go white as he's gripping this knife. And for a second, you think that he might lunge out and stab you, Connor. But
Vladislav has.
as
his
he
hand.
comes towards you, the knife embeds in the tree directly next to you.
Pull
Dude.
it out and eat the bug on it.
His bug on the tip of the knife.
Seriously. Warn somebody next time, all right?
I've seen that before in movies. Good, he saved your life. That's probably poisonous bug.
But he ate it.
It's the Pacific Northwest. It's not, and he ate it. I mean, come on. There are no. Never mind. It's just. Can we move on, please?
Major Watt, you seem fine now. That little bit of anger has calmed you enough, and hopefully now that they really see you, they'll take you seriously next time you try to warn them. Lenore, you're a little bit ahead of the group.
Yeah.
You've been, just slowly, carefully power walking this whole time. And you're like kind of glancing back
Maybe
at them.
even down from a power walk a little bit just to take it.
Yeah.
Because I want
exactly.
I want to be tip top when I get to these islands. I gotta find where my grandmother's stashed.
Makes sense. So you're kind of like glancing back over your shoulder at them, and you turn. Oh God! As you turn around, there is a mutilated, bloody deer carcass in the path in front of you.
Oh gosh! It's a dead animal. Are the deer here cannibalistic?
You all hear Lenore from several feet ahead of you.
I try really hard not to think of venison.
What is problem, Lenore? As Vladislav keeps walking up towards her.
I think the deer eat each other here.
Nonsense. Why would
Cannibal
deer
deer.
eat that as he
That or
rounds
it's a
into view
bear,
and
because
can
I don't
see
know
it?
what other predators live in the Pacific Northwest, because I'm from Southern California.
So this part of the path, like you said, Vlad, it kind of curves. So she's around the corner from you guys. Behind you a little bit. You can still vaguely see them through the trees as you're glancing back, but there's a mutilated, bloody deer carcass in the middle of this. It looks...
Vlad would see it and Go ahead.
No, go for it. What's up?
Just Vlad would see it and he'd walk by her and head towards it, kind of looking it around, but mostly just eyeballing the carcass.
Yeah.
And does it look like anything on it's been torn open?
It does. So it's laying on its
shredded.
side. Yeah, it's laying on its side, and it's got like these 3 long gouging marks from its shoulder to its bum, and it's just splayed open. There's blood everywhere, guts falling. It's gross.
Vladislav isn't saying anything, but you guys, if you keep walking, you'd see him kneeling over the deer carcass, and he'd be sitting there, he'd be rubbing his scar. He'd just be rubbing his finger up and down the scars. He's looking at the dead deer.
Get out of my way, you freak! I start butchering it.
Wow.
What could have killed that thing? Was it another deer? Are there antler stabs on it?
No, too many gashes down side. I've seen this before in home country. It looks like probably bear or wolf.
Whatever this thing will be, coming for it. We better get whatever meat we can and get the fuck out of here.
But what killed it? Was it that owl? Was this deer the thing that screamed? Do deers scream? I really should have watched more. Was it the Discovery Channel? Animal Planet.
National Geographic. It's more of a Geographic. Yeah.
Yes.
Depending on your age, Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom was a really popular program for a while. I actually supported Disney for a bit.
When I was young, I watched Kratz Creatures, but that was about it.
Here, Thompson, take this. I just throw a pile of meat in her hands.
Oh God! Vegan.
Major Watt, this is one of your strengths. You're really good at, surviving in the wild. You know how to get meat from animals. You know how to hunt. You know how to do all this. It doesn't take you long to get what you need from this deer. You're kneeling over this carcass and you're cutting it up. You're pretty much done at this point. You chuck the good bits at Lenore, and she's now covered in deer blood.
Oh.
As are you. And as you're looking, you see kind of on the other side of the deer. So you're kneeling by its stomach. So on the other side, the part of the trail that's behind it, there's this footprint. Just one in the trail.
Like a boot print, or
it could be a boot print. It looks a little distorted. It's not quite the right shape. There doesn't seem to be any kind of shoe tread or anything, but it's just this muddy because it's been raining, and you see bits of blood kind of pooling in some of the dips in the impression.
Hmm. Anybody else see this?
But what do you see?
Connor's taking pictures of the whole thing. I've seen it, but I don't really tell. I mean, I've got pictures of it all.
That's not one of our blueprints.
Blueprint.
Nobody's
Where?
been on that side of the
Wearing
deer
Nikes.
yet.
That's someone else on this island.
And they killed this deer?
Mr. Producer, you bring prior crew out early for preserving rights, maybe, or inspection of site for film?
I know. I'm scheduling all of this, and we're the first ones here. We're the advanced crew.
Is this Hollywood espionage? Someone finds script and want to get site first?
I mean, we don't have a script really for this sort of thing. I mean, that's the point of reality shows. It's very little writing involved. That's why it's so cheap. But maybe the damn ghost hunter people are here already scouting.
Ugh, I hate those shows.
Yeah, you did hire some ghost hunters.
All right. Well, look, it's fine. I mean, I've got the rights to this program. It's going to work. We'll be the first one to get it out. We're quick. We're very, very quick at getting these things out. So let's just continue on. I'm getting some really good stuff here. I'm sorry?
Major Watt, what did you want me to do with all of this?
Yeah, here, I'll take it and put it in my backpack. Nice job.
And that's me wiping off the blood on also
tree
Major
or something.
Gregory's backpack.
Oh, even better. Okay, so Major Watt, you brought your backpack with you. Vladislav, what out of your supplies did you bring with you on this mini scouting mission for the night or evening?
If I remember correctly, okay, so just when we first started, you said we had a backpack, right? Is that with us all the time, or did we leave it at the last camp?
That's up to you. Would you have kept your backpack with
I would like
your
to
usual?
I think he would keep it with him,
Okay.
just because it's good to have.
Mhm.
Stuff that he has on his person. Do you want me to just give you a quick rundown of what he has?
Nope, that's okay. Just as long as you have like your backpack and your main items.
Yeah, my main inventory items that I sent to you, he has.
Yes,
They're in
okay.
pockets and distributed.
Okay, so you left like extra rations, your sleeping bag, stuff like that in the cave.
Yep.
So none of your important stuff. Connor, did you do the same?
Yeah, no, I have most of my tech. I have my light sensor, my camera. I have my phone, my solar charger in case I need it, the laptop, those things I kept with me. Power bars.
Okay,
I left the exercise stuff, the yoga mat, the producer chair, that kind of stuff back at the camp.
makes sense. And Lenore, you as well?
She's got her backpack with
Okay. All right, so you guys are looking at that footprint, whatever it is, and can't really make heads or tails of it. And...
She would have left her kettlebell at camp, though.
Okay,
That's a little
makes
heavy
sense.
with it.
Yeah.
We want to get back to camp before it gets too dark. We're going to have to pick up the pace.
Maybe we find other people on island. We camp with them. Safety in numbers. If other person killed deer, he's obviously a good hunter and good to have for protection.
My schedule has no room for a meet and greet tonight. We've got to see the sanatorium, and we need to get back. All right, I can maybe pencil in a meet and greet tomorrow, but we don't have time today.
If there's anyone else on this island, I don't think we want to meet them.
Would there not have been, maybe, I guess no natives on the island because it would have all been sanatorium. Surely they just need another expedition team.
Probably the ghost hunters.
And as you guys are speculating, you
Wait,
continue
this is
along the
something a
trail.
ghost hunter would do. Stop.
You never know. Yeah. You guys continue along the trail, and about 30 minutes later, the trees yet again start to thin out, and you guys have been at a very steady incline at this point. Pretty much since you came out of the cave, you guys have been inching upwards. And even through the trees, as they begin to thin, you see a shape beginning to form. And as you step out of the tree line, a massive 4-story building sits on the edge of a cliff.
This is it.
Vines and weeds have overgrown. Pretty much every single window that you can see is broken and shattered. Even from here, you can see that the main large double doors are padlocked and chained shut. As you step out of the tree line, each one of you gets that feeling again. It just hasn't gone away. You glance over your shoulder back. The sun at this point is behind the clouds and it's getting steadily darker. And the shadows are starting to jump in ways that don't really make sense, but you shake off the feeling, and it's just because it's a deserted island. There's nothing wrong here. You guys are made for this. You're just, scouting, and you head towards the sanitarium.
We have 10 minutes.
All right.
Hurry it up, people.
Okay. Well, we're looking.
10 minutes. I allotted 15.
It's only 5
Whatever.
minutes.
Hey, Vlad, is this enough space for the copter?
Vlad eyeballs the space. Is it 100 by 100?
50 by 50.
Yeah, or 50 by 50.
It's probably pushing the 50 by 50. You guys are at least in the sense of landing a helicopter here. It's
pushing
it. Yeah, where the actual sanatorium is sitting. It's kind of, so it's not okay. I probably should have drawn this, but here's the edge of the cliff. The sanitarium is like long ways. So it's taking up only one side of the building, not the front or the back. It's one of the sides, is facing out to the ocean. The rest of it is facing either partial cliff and forest or directly forest.
And we've approached from this front?
So you guys are right now, you're looking
From
the way
side.
the trail comes, it's kind of like at the corner. So you can see the front and you can see the side at the same time.
It looks a little tight but doable. I prefer we cut maybe a few trees around perimeter. Keep helicopter away from buildings, so a rotor wash, don't knock off too much wood tiles. Keep building in good condition. But I think it's doable.
The more decrepit it looks, the better. People buy that kind of crap. Blow a few more windows out. I mean, this may be a good initial point. We can land and then have the crew, like you could ferry people in. We could have the crew clear another spot that's out, because we can't have you sitting right here. I can't get my panning shots. I can't get the. So.
But you
We
got a
clear-
really cool
clear
shot from
area
the
by
other side
cliff.
of the cliff.
We clear area by cliff, clear up here and here. I think it'd be good for landing. Is good place for your filming this location? You're going to film on the perimeter, go inside sanatorium, I presume.
Oh, this is the pièce de résistance. This is the place. This is what we need. I mean, I'm going to be inside. I'm going to be outside. I'm going to be around it. I mean, this is the show. Look at this place. I mean, on the cliff with the, it's everything I expected. This is great.
As you're saying this, you're like, I need to take a picture of this. This is, I have to capture this.
Oh, he's ready to take a ton of pictures.
Yeah,
all over the
absolutely. You lift your camera and you just start snapping. You take a picture of the front. You take a picture of, you turn around and you take a picture of the view of the forest behind you, and you're snapping everything. And man, these shadows are jumping weird. Is that one moving closer?
Nah, it's got to be just the whole issue with the distortions from the thing. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
Everything's great. This
What
is
would you all like to do?
seriously. Look at this place.
I'm heading towards there. I gotta find room 88.
Okay. You approach the sanatorium. Major Watt.
We
Are
good?
you following?
Oh yes. No, I want to get
10
in
minutes.
and yeah, I want to get in, find what I'm looking for, or search for what I'm looking for. If it's not there, I want to get the hell out of here.
Okay. All right.
So I'm double timing it.
Okay.
I'm with them. Get to the same.
Lenore and Major Watt. Yes, go ahead, Vlad.
Vladislav will stay with Connor.
Connor? Okay. So, Connor, you're taking pictures at the front with Vladislav. Lenore and Major Watt, you are heading towards, I'm assuming, the front door? Yes? Okay. So, as you approach, you glance up, and this is it's in disrepair. It's really bad. Whoever currently owns this place has not kept up with it.
That's the historical system.
Yeah, Lenore, you know that the National Historical Society owns this land and this lot, and it cost a lot to upkeep something like this, a historical site like this, and they just have not done it. It sat empty and unbought for 4 years, and the disrepair that happened in that time just has multiplied exponentially. And as you're approaching, you notice that these front doors look brand spanking new. They're wet because it's raining and there's no overhang over the front entrance, but they are sturdy. You give it a little push to see if it has any. There's no give. And the chain, the padlock, is shiny as the day it was made.
Well, I'm like, but Lenore has, she doesn't know what's up. So she's like, well, I guess that footprint you saw was maybe someone from the National Historic Society? Because they own this place, maybe they've started fixing it up. Odd that they start with the doors, though. Maybe they were just trying to, make sure security's up. Maybe they're trying to keep out those deer. Just probably trying to keep out the deer. I imagine they're super destructive.
I don't remember these doors from before. There's obviously another way in. We'll just go look for like a window or something.
Okay. So you guys kind of skirt around now. Are you skirting towards the cliff or towards the forest? So when you're directly in front of it,
not
the cliff is on the left. Okay. It's on the left when you're directly looking at it, and the forest is to the right.
I just see bad times being near a cliff face right now.
Okay.
I see bad times the other way.
All right.
We split up, one by the cliff face, one by the forest. No.
Is that what you would like to do?
You don't want to get...
Yes?
Look,
Are you splitting up?
I have a bad ankle. I probably shouldn't go near the cliff right now.
All right.
Okay.
Just keep your eyes out on the trees. You never know.
Okay, well, we can just go the first window we find. We can open.
Okay. So you guys head towards the right.
I mean, they used lead-based paint back in the day. Most of it should flaked off by now. It won't be painted shut, so...
Yeah, it'll be fine. As you're looking, you notice that the windows start about 40 feet from the front door.
Okay.
And each set, and as you're looking up, kind of having to squint against the rain, each set is covered by iron bars that are rusted, but seem pretty sturdy.
Yeah, okay. I'm a little surprised they barred them, though, but again, they did have some questionable ethical shutdown complaints. So.
Where were they going to go? They're on an island.
Crazy people, sometimes maybe they were going to throw themselves off the cliff or something, so they didn't want that to happen.
I suppose that's true.
That's probably what it was. I mean, being so close to a cliff and all. That's the only thing I can think of.
Makes sense.
And then we go to the other side. and the cliff side just isn't barred.
Just doesn't have any bars.
If they hop out here, they're just dead. It's nothing to worry about. So you guys walk
can
and
only
you
afford
continue.
2 sides of iron bars, or we figured the cliffside was
Couldn't
fine by
afford
its
anything
own.
else.
Good enough incentive not to go out that window.
So you guys kind of like shake each one and see if any of them can become loose. They're still pretty sturdy. Like I said, they're rusted. And maybe with some force, you could be able to get some of these off. But
I have a little pry bar for when I get to my grandma's room, because she said she hid whatever she hid in the wall. So I was getting ready to pull out some bricks, but I don't think it's gonna handle iron bars. Like I kind of pull it out and tink tink. Nah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it seems like you need something a little bit more hefty than a mini pry bar.
Building being so difficult to get into.
Well, it was you probably went through the doors before they replaced them.
Maybe.
You guys turn the corner, and Connor and Vladislav, you can still see them. So the way you're looking at it, you can see the
It's
front
shaking
and
every set of
Yeah.
iron bars.
you can see the front of the building as well as this side that faces directly into the forest. And they're still checking, and there's none of these bars are loose at all, at least on the first floor that you can reach. And so you curve around to the back, and as you see, this building isn't a direct rectangle. It's more of a U shape,
Okay.
like a square U, if that makes sense. And in the
Like
back,
half an octagon.
yes, like half an octagon. In the back, there's looks to be just a rotted wooden fence around a very overgrown and very disused garden area. It seems you can see there's a wrought iron table that's rusted and one of the legs has fallen off and it's on its side. You don't see any chairs, but it looks like this used to be maybe a patient area where they could come out and sit and something like that. And then you do see another set of double doors in the dip of that U that looks older, still newer than the rest of the building, and there's still a padlock on it, but both of those seem a lot older than the one that's on the front.
Okay. Are there any windows on the second story as we kind of go around that had the bars have fallen off with rust or anything?
As you're looking, you do see on the closer to the cliff side, there is one window that has half of the bars have fallen off.
Okay, she'll keep that in mind, but that's not her first choice.
Okay.
Hey, look, there's some doors over there. They're way less new. I mean, they're still newer than the the 1800s building, but should be able to get in that way.
Let's go see if we can get through the.
And I'll just lift up a board of the fence if it's that old and rotten. It should be kind of swingy,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go under.
Get stuck in. Help me.
Oh, okay. I'll lift up a second board.
Thanks.
And as you pull him through, we're going to step back to Vladislav and Connor. What are you two doing as you notice them disappear around the back of this decrepit building?
They'd be fine.
Connor's been taking pictures the entire time. Just chatting with Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad would be chatting too, and if it stopped raining enough, Vlad would maybe try lighting a cigarette just to puff on one while they're sitting there waiting.
Sure, it's definitely not as heavy as it was before, and when you were in the forest, it was even less because you had the cover of the trees. But even as you're standing here, it does start to let up enough, and you think you might be able to get a cigarette.
Okay, he'd pull one out of the pack, and he keeps the pack's half full, and he keeps a big lighter stuffed in the pack, and he grabs both of them out, lights it up, tries handing a cigarette to Connor to smoke.
Hey, no. Body's a temple, that kind of thing. So I don't do that sort of thing. Only vice I have is alcohol, and not even that much too much. So
Good advice.
how long have you been flying, Vlad?
See, our army trained me when I about 19 after basic training. Signed up when I was 18. It was about 45 now. going on the 20 some odd years now of professional flying, non-military. Prior time before that, all military.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
flew out in the hills of Afghanistan. After time service out there, they transferred to Indonesia, a couple of the Asian islands, and worked for a company that you hired to do pretty much everything, anything, anytime, anywhere. Seen
Okay.
pilots,
I just
can't
was a
complain.
small talk question. Didn't need your entire life story there, but thank you. You know, so how much carrying capacity can your normal helicopter carry? Like how many
Pounds or kilos?
freedom units? Come on.
Uh, um, see, we be carrying approximately 2,500 pounds internal capacity. Can up by another 500 if we sling load in, depending on the conditions for the day.
Okay. And that includes you'll be the only pilot, or there'll be other pilots? Because I mean that's
The currently only pilot for a contract.
so this is going to be a multi-trip. Okay, so we'll have to budget that in for time, clearing out the other landing zone. Yeah. He pulls out his phone, starts taking some notations. Gonna need a lot of lead time to get this started.
Lots of organization for such long-range filming from your Hollywood.
Nah, well, we don't. I mean, there aren't really any worthwhile ghosts in LA. I mean, we have to go all. I mean, Maine, Baltimore, Michigan. I mean, what a.
Wait, how
don't get
long
me
have you
started on
been
Michigan.
doing this stuff, Mr. Producer? You seem like you've been in business a while.
I mean, 10, 15 years, give or take when you pick what you wanted people to believe that was your first work. Sometimes you don't want to remember the first one, so you kind of forget you were part of it. But, ever since I got that producer credit on season 8 of Game of Thrones, everything has been like all the doors have opened.
They pay good.
Oh, yeah. Producers get paid pretty well. Depends on what your schedule is. I mean, I don't know. Depends on your job. Depends on how long you've been doing it, how high on the list you are, how early in the credits you put your name, that kind of thing. Further into the back, the less you get paid most of the time.
Is Hollywood in as cutthroat and wild as a movie show?
I mean, for the most part, we don't pull knives like Major Watt there. I'm saying Wyatt too. I don't know why. But I mean, it can be pretty cutthroat. I mean. Yeah, you sell people out when you can. I mean, you're my best friend today. You're my worst enemy tomorrow. Depends on who's got the contract.
Noted.
I mean, yeah.
Connor, as you two are talking, the wind begins to pick up a little bit. You're on the side of a cliff. You might not be directly next to it, but the wind can get a bit strong here, and it sounds. Are those voices on the wind? You strain and listen, and you can't quite make out what they're saying, but it sounds like screaming. It's
Glad
strange.
you hear that? Is that Lenore and the Major calling? I mean, it sounds.
Vlad, you don't hear anything. You just feel the wind pick up slightly. It's not even super intense.
I swear.
What did it sound like? I hear wind.
I mean, it sounded like screaming.
Did it sound like scream from before?
No, it
They sounded clearly human.
yeah. I mean, we get a lot of scream tracks in our shows. Our talent. Half of them have to really be good screamers to kind of sell.
Favorite is Wilhelm scream. I know well.
Oh, that's canned stuff. We try not to use that as much, but I mean, it's always fun to sneak one in a production from
I
time
love
to
the
time as a
auditions
joke.
for the good screamers. Those are my favorite.
I mean, there's a certain pitch and quality to a scream that really makes it, translates great onto, into the audio. But these were real. They sounded real.
Is people they come from sanatorium? Or should we go see Lenore the Major?
I just sound like it was on the wind, that gust that came through. It just.
If I may be so bold, I'm normally not superstitious, man, but a lot of screams on island, and we near, sanatorium, oh dear. Maybe we should probably rejoin our comrades over at sanatorium. Friends at sanatorium.
It's one of those things, we're on a creepy island. We're at a creepy place. Your mind plays tricks on you. I expect it. This is what sells the whole place. So I just blow it off. It's no big deal. We'll be fine. Just the wind. It was probably like a root or something in a tree that was bent the right way, and the wind went through it, and it just kind of whistled funny.
For good measure, I take walk to building. I stand outside. I keep eye on you. I holler to see if you're okay.
Yeah,
okay?
No. I've got more pictures to take. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So then Vladislav starts walking towards the front of the building.
Okay. So you start heading that way. Now, are you heading towards the front of the building, or are you heading to where Lenore and Major Watt disappeared behind the back of the building?
He's going towards the front of the building.
The front of the building. Okay.
He wants to keep a line of sight to Connor.
Okay. You head that way, and you glance over your shoulder, and yeah, Connor's there taking pictures, and you glance back and you scan. Go ahead and make me a roll, please.
While he's looking there, can he land helicopter on roof? Does it look big enough?
Oh, I wouldn't land on that roof.
It might be big enough, but it does not look sturdy enough to land on the roof.
16.
Right,
We would be killing it in a Call of Cthulhu game right now. That's all I'm saying.
right.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not Call of Cthulhu.
We're dead. We're dead.
As you're looking,
A deer jumps out of the front door.
Frothing at the mouth.
You take antlers to the stomach and you die. No.
Yeah.
So as you're looking, you scan just, briefly, because as you approach this building, it's got a weird feeling to it. Like none of you have really kind of mentioned it. You haven't really discussed it with each other, but you guys have each felt that something's watching you at separate points during your adventure here. And Vlad, as you look up, you look all the way to the 4th floor, second from the end, and there's a pair of deep red eyes looking back at you. The whole window's blacked out. All you can see are these unblinking eyes that just pierce right through you.
Vladislav's eyes go wide and intense. He looks at it. He kind of steps back a little bit, seeing it. Kind of blinks to see if it's still there.
You blink and it's gone. Just in that split second, the window's still black. And you can't see in it, especially with the rain and at this angle, but those eyes are gone, and you get this cold feeling that's deep. Almost like losing something. Your family, when you just have this sadness that grips you. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end tonight's episode as Vladislav gazes upon something that he does not know and invokes emotions that he doesn't quite understand why are happening right now. And
he does the Catholic sign of the cross.
Yeah,
yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, so
Wow.
I hope you guys had fun. That's Dread. My name is Nuggetosaurus. I'm the game master for this. I have personally always wanted to play Dread, but no one has ever been able to run it for me, so I'm running it for my friends, and I kind of like it. We're gonna go ahead and say who we are, where we can find us, and what our favorite part was. Like I said, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm the game master for this. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter. You can also find me here on Twitch and Lindy's channel on Mondays, Tuesdays, and the occasional Friday, playing our various games. This is a little 3 or possibly 4 shot that we're doing while Mondays in Exandria is on break. My favorite part was the murder deer, just because I was not expecting it. It's this Dread game is ending up a bit more funny than I was expecting, but I love it because it makes the creepy parts all the more sinister,
So
I guess.
fun thing, if I can throw in there, I quickly
Yeah.
Googled deer
Cannibalism?
in
Murder deer?
mythology,
Oh.
especially Russian
I'm gonna Google
mythology,
deer
and there's
cannibalism.
something called leshy, if I'm saying it right.
Oh, yeah.
That
Mhm.
is a Slavic mythology deer. So
Ooh,
you're gonna have to look
interesting.
into that. Maybe
Yeah, I
you can
might
tie
have
that
to. I
in.
might have to look into that. We'll see. But Shiny Pilot 206, since you spoke up, go ahead and
No, not me.
tell us what you liked. Tell us where we can find you.
Okay, Shiny Pilot 206 for Twitch, Twitter. Find me on Laugh of Lindy's channel, and there with the normal Monday, Tuesday games that we usually run, and the Aliens one, we have that as well. Geez, favorite part. I like the atmosphere that you're setting up here with this game because it does feel lighthearted, but it's slowly starting to turn and get dark as we move towards this sanatorium with the gutted deer and the suspense. And it's starting to pick up, and I like stuff like that because it's starting to pull you in and grab you by the shoulders and say, "You're mine," and you're like, "No." But anyways, yeah, excited. Thanks for letting me play. Thank you everybody for watching.
Thanks for being here. I'm glad that you guys are as excited about this as I am. I will let you guys know that you only failed 2 rolls. I'll let you guys decide which ones they were. But on that note, yes. On that note, D20 coup de grace.
Hello, that is me. Yes, I play here on Mondays and Tuesdays. Sometimes the Aliens game on Friday. Let's see. I really like the intro. I got the real sinking feeling of being trapped on the island as watch the boat go away. So, yeah, it was really nice. I liked it. Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad you liked it. I actually wrote that intro while I was at work 2.5 weeks ago. And I was like, as we were talking about this, I was like, I really want to play Dread because there was a couple of things I wanted to do, but then I got into looking into this and I was like, this is perfect. I love this. But anyway, deception check. How do you feel? How was that for you?
I loved it. This was great. I knew you were going to kick ass tonight, and you did. That was amazing. It was atmospheric. It was fun. You put up with the fact that we're just goofballs that try and make something funny out of everything that we do, even when we're going, even when the Titanic is sinking and all hell's breaking loose, we're still going to be cracking a joke here somehow, some way. Favorite parts, I Major Watt is great. I just absolutely love it. And then everything else everyone's doing. Lenore is wonderful. Vlad, and where Shiny Polly gets to use all of his helicopter knowledge. I am feeding you as much as I can. So you just throw that helicopter knowledge out at us. So this has been fun. This has been great. I'm having so much fun. Thank you, Nugget, for doing a great job. This is wonderful. You can find me here on Mondays when I run Mondays in Exandria. We finished up book 1 of the story. Iman has been saved. The money has been put back to where it's supposed to. The hints of the next story have been laid, and we're just waiting for a little bit of work and for me to create a story for them to come back to in a couple weeks, where we'll be back. We're probably going to be starting in Port Damali in Wildmount, and we'll go from there and see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tuesdays, I think, are coming back tomorrow night. I'll be playing Merrick Tenpenny, and then Fridays when I play Hank Granger, for our Aliens game. So I cannot wait. I'm going to pass this back to you then, because I was going to say I'll pass it over to Laugh Love Lindy, because I'm done, because when I do Monday nights and I pass it off, it's to Lindy because I just closed out the show, but that's not my job tonight. So back to Nugget.
Thanks. Yeah, like I said, I'm Nugget. This is my very first time DMing a Dread game. I DM'd for this group years ago when I took Snakes on a Plane for D&D and turned it into Snakes on a Train, which we'll have to do again because I feel like I've kind of grown as a DM since then. So we'll have to do that again. Maybe it'll be a one-shot one time. But finally, last but not least, our illustrious leader, the denizen of this channel, Laugh Love Lindy.
I like that. I am the denizen of this channel. That's my new title, official denizen. Yeah, that was so much fun. Those 2 hours just flew by. I was like, oh my gosh, we're almost, what? No. So I was super into it. Some things I loved, because I can't just pick one. I love how 3 out of 4 people are here. We're like, yeah, this is gonna be great fun. We're gonna spend a weekend on this island. We're gonna get some film stuff done. You know, look at some history. And then we've got Major Gregory Watt, who's just like, people don't understand. And we don't. We just think he's crazy. And I feel like that's where half the humor came from, was us just completely dismissing him. And then, you know, a CrossFit instructor from LA is gonna have no idea if deer are cannibalistic. By the way, hippos apparently aren't infrequent cannibals. And deer eat meat on occasion. They don't know why. They suspect it might be iron deficiency or something weird, or chronic wasting disease. Quick Google check. Interesting. So it could be cannibal deer. We haven't ruled that out yet. But I cannot wait for next week. Also just Major Gregory Watt in general, just his intensity. It's killing me. I love it. I cannot wait for more. But you can find us here for the next few weeks, playing Dread with our wonderful GM Nuggetosaurus. We are very excited about this little mini-series. And tomorrow we'll be back to Mists of Ravenloft, which I am also super excited for. So give Nugget all of the love, because she is wonderful and amazing and volunteered to run this for us during our break. And yeah, you can find us here all the time. We have an Aliens campaign. We have a Teenagers from Outer Space campaign. Those are both monthly. And other fun stuff hopefully coming to the channel very soon. Either this week, next week, or the week after. We will be having a Witcher campaign that is already midway through. It's from Tales of the Grim. It's going to be moving to my channel here. So if you liked Witcher and you haven't checked out that campaign already, it's going to be here. So you can check it out then. And it's super awesome, very intense. Some humor, but a lot less humor than our bunch of goofballs here. Which is not a bad thing. It's just different. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching us play Dread. Be here for more dreadful tales next week. I'm gonna run us through the intro again because I like it. Bye.